Jeshua. You are Forerunners. Channeled by Pamela Kribbe. January 3, 2022. Dear friends, I am Jeshua. I was once the birth of the Christ energy on earth. I was a start, but that beginning needs to be completed, and that is what is happening at this time in which you are living. Now this wave of the Christ energy, which I was at its beginning, is gaining momentum. It has the capability to carry with it the entire consciousness on earth, including that of planet Earth. In the consciousness of both humanity and the earth itself, there are now pressures that point to the need for inner change. You can see, on the external level, that many things are going wrong or getting stuck. This is especially seen in political developments, such as the power struggles between countries, groups of people, and cultures. But this change also affects the fate of the earth itself, and humanity's relationship with the life of nature. Certain issues and dilemmas are being pushed to the fore in this day and age, and you have come at this time to help that increasingly intense change to be born in the most loving way possible. At this moment, the change is so intense and tangible in the hearts of all people, that it leads to crisis, and often to thinking based on extreme views and adversarial positions on a global scale. There is a need for a balanced awareness, as the basis for this transformation. A need for people who are far-sighted and understand the voice of love. Love encompasses the extremes of human seeing with all its different kinds of behaviors and forms of expression. Love brings you back to the source. Ultimately, that source is carried in every one of you, as an indestructible divine spark, a living light that is creative. That light is you. And your light is unique and individual, has its own glow, its own depth, its own nature. What is most needed on earth is for people to start listening again to their own divine nature, to who they really are, who are not determined by all the learned social influences, fears, and limitations. You are Forerunners. Somewhere in the memory of your soul is a remembrance that makes you know that here is where you now have to be. You know that there is a drive in you to go along with this wave of change and to support it. I ask you to take a moment to distance yourself from your daily worries, from the daily themes that your mind is usually working on, those things you worry about, and to now feel your more spacious self. You are not only a body, and not just a personality shaped by the past, by learned ideas and conditioned reflexes. You are infinitely more than that. You have led many lives on earth and in the universe. You are really much greater than you usually think or even can comprehend. To make this feeling, this awareness of your divine core, somewhat more tangible, I ask you to bring your attention to your spine and feel it very consciously for a moment. Sit upright and feel a light flowing down through you, an energy that starts at your crown and flows down your spine through your head, your neck, your upper back. And follow that flow. Maybe you feel a tingling sensation. Guide that flow with your attention down to your heart and welcome it. Remember who you are by connecting with the sparkling light in that stream. Then let the light flow down your spine through your stomach and abdomen to your tailbone. See a clear energy there, which appears like a crystal. A crystal is very clear, similar to an open and unbiased consciousness. All-encompassing and without judgment. Feel how nice it is to be in this field of consciousness where you can let go, because you no longer have to be afraid of your fears. You can see them, look at them, yet stay calm. Let that field of crystal brightness grow larger around you, until it envelops your entire body. Through this crystal clear consciousness you are joined with the great and deep forces of the universe. You are not alone. That is always an illusion. As soon as you feel separated and alone, you have in fact lost touch with yourself. But you can correct that by connecting with a more expanded perspective. To experience that connection, in a tangible way, ask if a guide will appear to you who is connected to you, a guide who helps you, who forms a bridge between you, and that larger reality of which you are a part. You can feel that guide, and maybe you see a color, a symbol, or a shape, a face. Let that guide restore the connection between you and your greater self, your soul, the infinite part of you. Ask that guide what you need now in order to trust yourself more. What you need in order to follow the path of your soul. The answer can come in the form of a feeling, or something you are given, or a message in words. It does not matter. Feel that there are helping forces who always want to give you a clue as to where to go, or where the road is that allows your light to shine the most. It is often the case that you are inwardly drawn in a certain direction by something that attracts you, feels right for you, and gives you an inspired feeling, and that is where your soul wants you to go so you can manifest and express yourself. Finding that something initially evokes feelings of joy and enthusiasm, as if you are a child who dreams and becomes filled with something, and that something is the voice of your soul. It brings life and renewal, rejuvenation, inspiration. But at the same time, you have taken in all kinds of ideas from the society in which you live. And these ideas often tell you negative things, such as that something cannot happen because there are all kinds of limitations and objections, that what you want is naive and unrealistic and is not possible. I encourage you to look at your greatest fear in this area. You all have a certain dream in you, an inspiration, something that makes your heart beat faster, while at the same time, it evokes fear. And I can tell you why. Because you are different. Your dreams, your inspirations, usually do not fit in with the prevailing consciousness of society and your surroundings. You are different, precisely because you are a forerunner. You are someone who has come to bring in something new, and that new thing is extremely welcome and necessary on Earth. However, on an everyday level, and from the perspective of the old prevailing structures in society, that which is new is not at all welcome. And your knowing that makes it uncomfortable for you to manifest this new form of energy. In addition to your inspiration, you, almost every one of you, have a great fear of actually manifesting the thrusts of that inner urge that you feel. Now look, very simply, at your body, or at the energy field around your body. See if you feel or see a place that is constricted, that feels darker, where your fear is. The fear of breaking out of the old and entering into the new. Your body holds on to what you feel, which is why it can be an excellent tool for self-knowledge. So look from the clear crystal consciousness within you to that which stops you, and let it come forth. Summon that fear, invite it to show itself. What scares me the most and prevents me from really following my soul? Make the fear tangible by giving words to it. I'm afraid of. Name it for yourself. Is it fear of rejection, deficiency, vulnerability, loneliness, not being understood? Try to put words to it. Realize that there is a great strength in being able to stand up to your fears, and to name them. By doing that, you create a space that is greater than the fear, and you rise above it. The more direct and honest you are when looking at your fears, the easier it is to be free of them. Work with your fear, with that darkest part within yourself. Then an inner alchemy arises, a transformation that helps you, and that also opens you to receive help. You are pioneers of the new, and that is not an easy task, because you have a human self that has become conditioned by the past. You have fears and vulnerability, and it is important not to deny them. Nevertheless, your soul wants to put something into this earthly atmosphere and to prepare the way for a new consciousness on Earth. Recognize yourself as a part of this new consciousness. It is important to understand who you are, to be aware of the light you carry within yourself. I salute you from our deep connection. I am one with you. Thank you very much.